everybody, it's Cathryn from In the Pink Designs. My project today is an Easter project, and inside is a chocolate covered peep, which this is for my daughter for Easter, so it fits about that much. You could probably get something a little bit taller than this. The actual box measures, oops, I didn't take this, 5.5 by 3 by 1 1/4. Alrighty, and I use the Easter Bunny stamp set. The Easter Bunny punch, which does this little guy here, is not in stock right now. It's coming back in April at some point, but I just fussy cut the other ones that I liked. I also used Rain or Shine DSP, and this here is Gingham Cottage DSP, but you could use whatever blue or any color you like in there. For this embellishment, I used the 3 Twine combo pack. I used this one. The colors are Coastal Cabana, Garden Green, and Pumpkin Pie, which is the one I used. Alrighty. Okay, so what we need for this project is basic white for stamping. We need a piece of Balmy blue cardstock 9 by 7, 2 pieces of the Rain or Shine specialty DSP that are 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, 2 pieces for these sides here that are 1 by 3 3/4, and then 2 pieces for this upper part here that are 3/4 by 2 3/4. Okay, I also need a stitched rectangle from the Rectangle Stitched Dies. This is the Country Gingham, and it is about 3 1/4 by 1 7/8. Okay, so if you don't have the Rectangle Stitched Dies, you can cut one. Okay, so let me get my Simply Scored. This is my host code. If you're going to buy from my website, which is listed below, please put that in if you're going to be spending under $150. Okay, so we're going to start on the 9-inch side. We're going to score at 1 1/4, 4 1/4, 5.5, and 8.5. Then we're going to turn it to the 7-inch side, and we're going to score at 1 1/4, 5 1/4, and 6 1/4. Okay, and that's it. Now I'm going to fold and burnish my score lines. Okay, how I have it here is that the skinniest rectangle is on the left-hand side. There's a 1 1/4 inch strip on the bottom and a 3/4 inch strip on the top. And this is what we're going to do. Okay, so we're going to start on the left. We're going to go to the first score line, cut it to the first score line, and wedge each side of the square. Okay, we're going to go to the next score line, cut it to the first score line, next score line, cut it to the first score line, and wedge each side of the square. Okay, then we're going to go to the next score line, cut it to the first score line, and then wedge up into the skinny rectangle. And follow the little skinny rectangle up and just take a little bit off that top piece. And that's it. That's what your cardstock should look like after you're done scoring it and cutting it. Alright, now we're going to put tear-in tape on what's left of the skinny rectangle next to the score line there. I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool to take the backing off. And then I'm going to flip the whole thing over. I'm going to flip over the side with the tape and then the other side to meet it. This is our back that has the little seam. So we're going to put the sides tabs in I'm just going to put a little bit of liquid glue there. And then the back, and then put some glue on the wrong side of the front flap. And just hold it till it sets. Just make sure that everything's nice and lined up and square. And then we're going to flip it over and just make sure you push down those tabs so that they're stuck down. Okay. Now we need our DSP. Okay, 2 pieces of the Rain or Shine Designer Series paper that are 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, like that and that. 2 pieces that are 1 by 3 3/4 on the sides, and 2 pieces that are 3/4 by 2 3/4 for these top pieces here. Okay, and I'm going to use liquid glue for all of it. Okay, now I have all my DSP on, and we're going to do a little bit of stamping. Okay, so we need the bunny, this bunny image, the carrot, butterfly, and we're going to be doing Happy Easter later. Okay, there's a bunny, and then we need a carrot, and a butterfly. There we go. Okay, and I already fussy cut them all, so we don't have to wait. For the bunny, I'm using light and dark crumb cake. The only thing I'm using dark crumb cake for is the pads on his feet. And then I'm going to go, well, let's first put Flirty Flamingo for his cheeks, right under the whiskers, and a tiny little bit on his nose there. Okay, and then I'm going to take the light crumb cake, and we're going to go like kind of up from his belly under his mouth, and then the rest down here is going to be white. Okay. Okay, and the outside of his ears. Okay, I forgot to put a little bit of Flirty Flamingo in his ears, the inside of his ears. And then just to tone it down a little bit, I'm going to put a little bit of crumb cake over that. Okay, and then all the sides and his feet and arms with white crumb cake. Okay, and that's the bunny. Alright, now for the carrot, I'm using dark pumpkin pie and light old olive. Okay, that's the carrot. Okay, and then for the butterfly, I'm using light and dark Daffodil Delight. I'm going to use the light on the whole thing, and then I'm going to take the dark and just redo the spots. Okay, and that is the butterfly. Okay, now let's take the box and we're going to get our pumpkin pie twine, and we're just going to leave a bit, enough to tie a bow on the edge. And we're going to go around the whole box 3 times and then tie a knot. And just cut it off. Okay, now we're going to get our Country Gingham rectangle from the Rectangle Stitch Dies. It's about 3 1/8 by 1 3/4. And I'm going to put the bunny about 1/4 inch up from the bottom. And I'm going to use dimensionals and mini dimensionals. Okay, I'll just put a mini dimensional on each ear. And I'll put a regular dimensional on the back of his head. And 2 at the bottom by his feet. Okay, and as I said, I'm going to put them about 1/4 inch up from the bottom of the DSP. Okay, and then I'm just going to put his carrot right like that, like he's ready to take a bite with liquid glue. Okay, and then I'm going to put the butterfly in the top left corner. Okay. And then I'm going to put dimensionals on the whole thing. Oops. Okay, and then I'm just going to center this on the front of the box. Okay, now we need our DSP again. And I'm going to stamp out Happy Easter in Tuxedo Black Ink. Great. Alright, and then I'm just going to cut it by hand. And then I'm going to just okay, then I'm going to cut the Happy and the Easter apart. Okay. And then I need our mini dimensionals again. And I'm going to put Happy coming off the top. So I actually need a side piece. So I'm just going to cut a skinny piece. And I'm going to put it right on the top, along the top edge. Peel that off. Okay, and then just put a little tiny bit of glue underneath that. And I'm just going to put it right here. Just stick your hand in and press it. Okay, so it just goes over the edge a little bit. And then we need a mini dimensional on the edge at the end of the word. And then a little bit of glue on this side here. But if you don't want to put a sentiment there, you could put it attached to the bow if you want. I'm just going to go down a little bit more, and I'm going to start almost to the center of the Happy. Okay, now we'll put in our peep, and we're just going to push in the middle of our top and squeeze it together, and it stays nice on the sides. And I made this 3/4 inch at the top just so that it's easier to put our bow, and it holds up that bow really nicely. Alright, and then I'm just going to put 2 holes in the middle of the top, about 3/4 of an inch to the sides. And then I'm going to take this Balmy blue variegated ribbon, which is so nice. It's very thin. It's like the skinny kind of crinkled seam binding ribbon we have, but it's not crinkled, but it has the same weight. Okay, then I'm just going to tie a bow. Okay, and then for the final touch, I'm going to put some glossy dots on there in the, is it Mango Melody? Nope, Melon Mambo. And I'm going to put them right up here on this piece. Okay. I'm going to put one right in the middle. Oops. And one on either side. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this. All the info and measurements are on my blog that's linked below, along with the link to my shop. Don't forget the host code, and please subscribe and hit the like button. And if you would like to join my team, you can get the mini die cutting machine plus $175 worth of product for $129, or without the mini cutting machine, $99 for $175 worth of product. No obligation. You can just get the discount, 20% discount for 3 months, and then let it expire. Have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye.